Hello, and welcome to another edition of Grace Extended. Um, so excited to have you guys here with us again. We've kind of got a unique thing going on right now, in that we are sharing some podcasts that just shares a little bit about our church staff. And so today you won't get the full in-depth thing, but you'll get a snippet into the life and the ministry of some of the staff members of Grace. We're excited as a staff to have the opportunity to serve and to be here. And I thought it might be neat, other than just getting to run into us in the halls, that you know a little background about our lives and kind of our journey that brought us where we are. Today, I have with me David Sutton. David is our youth minister here at Grace and has been here for 18 years.
About,
And
yeah.
I've had the privilege and honor of knowing David before I came here. And so when I heard that I was appointed here, and I was excited to know David is here. David, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome
Good to
to
be here.
this edition. So, David, we are just sharing with folks, a little bit about ourselves, where we grew up, what kind of
Mm,
brought us into ministry,
okay.
and that. And so you just share whatever the Lord has put on your heart that you want to share about your life.
Yeah, there's a lot to it when it comes to the whole ministry part and getting to it. But it's good to be here and to serve, and especially serve with Herschel and the rest of the staff. Like you said, we've known each other for quite some time, and that's part of the ministry story
Right.
for us. I My dad is a pastor, Reverend Michael Sutton, and my mom, Georgiana, and so I kind of grew up as a pastor's kid. We've been all over. My mom and dad are originally from Southern Illinois, and so their ministry started there. And along came three boys: Michael, my oldest brother, and my little brother Philip, and I. And so we've just kind of followed along with them in ministry to all their places: Indiana and Illinois and Colorado and Florida. And then in '86, we ended up in Piggott, Arkansas. It was a kind of a strange happenstance that my dad ended up going up. We were going up for a funeral in Illinois, and he had made some contacts there, and he was with the General Baptist Church at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Became really good friends when we ended up taking a church in Piggott with a pastor there, Reverend Carol Jackson. And he was United Methodist, and that bond connected them with the wonderful DS that was up in that time, and that in itself just led my mom and dad to make a choice to go into the Methodist Church.
Mm-hmm.
And so from 87, 88 on, we were a part of the United Methodist Church and the itinerancy process, and we moved around a little bit, but mostly, staying in Paragould and the Jonesboro area. And our family story had some difficulties with an accident for my older brother that led us to different locations.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so that took me to Jonesboro, where I ended up going to college and sticking around, helping my parents with my older brother and my niece after the accident.
Mm-hmm.
And so that led me to First Methodist. We just had Reverend Fred Hosstein and
Nice.
his wife Sandy here, and they were the appointed pastors at First Methodist, where I started going as a college student at Arkansas State. And so Fred and his wife and their kids, my future wife, didn't know at the time, but we met in college, and we're in the college group together, Bonnie. And we did a lot with the youth program at First United Methodist in Jonesboro, and that led us into a ministry field of our own, where we
Mm-hmm.
started serving St. Paul United Methodist, and we got married and served together for a number of years. She was the associate youth, and I was at the Arkansas State Wesley Foundation. After our marriage, and stayed there for about 5 years, and that led us to Conway. I actually walked away from ministry for a little bit, and I joined the police department here in Conway,
Yeah.
and that was a short-lived event because I call it my Nineveh. My experience. I went to Camden, which was just kind of. I don't want to say running away from God, but
Mhm.
it was that full time calling that
Mhm.
kept getting pressed upon me, and I thought I could serve in different ways, and I could, but an opportunity came, and we were blessed to be able uh, to to work for here at Grace, and that's led to a 17, almost 18-year relationship,
Mhm.
and what a blessing it has. We've raised our family here, our children, John and Molly, and it has been a wonderful experience to serve here at Grace and the people here in the Conway community.
Yeah, I bet it's really neat because I was thinking about that. Some of your children now have children
They do.
that you have
They
gone to.
do.
Yeah.
It reminds me of how long Bonnie and I have been doing this.
Hmm.
Um, uh, when I see that, but it is a joy to see those youth that are now parents
Hmm.
and moving on. Yeah.
Yeah. So, David, thank you for sharing with us kind of the roadmap that gets you. How does it feel being in ministry this long and the fact that you now have not only had the opportunity to impart and share some of God's gifting that He's given you with youth, but you've also now got their youth coming back in. What kind of experience is that for you, or is that kind of just kind of the same thing? Or
It's part of it. I love working with youth. I've always, Bonnie and I felt a calling to work with youth for a very long time, and we got to do it together for a wonderful number of years. And Bonnie and the kids are still a part of the ministry. I always say there's no one person in ministry in a family. It's
right.
everybody's part of it,
Oh yeah.
and so. Yeah, it's a little different, being here for so long and seeing our youth have children and getting to work with some of them as they come through at least through the children's department right now.
Mm,
Who Boy, I've been doing this for over almost 30 plus years
mm,
now. So I look back and go, well, that's God has taken us on a journey
mm-hmm,
there. Our early years at St. Paul and Jonesboro, we were not much older than the youth. We
mm-hmm,
were in our early 20s,
mm-hmm,
and I reflect back on that, and I think about all that I thought I knew,
mm-hmm,
and the things that I did know that helped me relate in that age. And then
mm-hmm,
as it's gone on, the experiences come with just getting older and having my own children and having my own children in my own youth group, and now adult children, and navigating just growing older in the youth ministry field.
mm-hmm.
But God has continued to renew me with some energy. The children keep us young, and it's been a joy.
Yeah. Well, man, it's been a blessing, and I know you've been a blessing to so many families that have come through here. Just wanted to give everybody an opportunity. They see us every Sunday, and a
They
lot
do.
of times it's just a quick hello,
Right.
goodbye, short thing, and so I really felt like God was calling us to share with people so they would know kind of the basis and the background that's brought us, here. It's been a journey, and it's still a journey,
Still is.
and God is still moving and working. And as told you, with if you've had an opportunity to see any of the other videos, um, or you will, please feel free to come and to share your story, or to also, dive in deeper. As I told you in the beginning, we've really given you just a quick snippet. There's so many things in between those lines and
Oh,
places.
you could fill in
Yeah,
several books
we could
worth.
be here several
And I
hours.
think that's one of the beautiful things of ministry and being able to stay in
Yeah,
particular places for so long. But it's all about relationships
it is.
and getting to know the family stories. And I have loved, again, goes back to watching our youth have their own children and seeing that story continue. It's a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful thing. And you're in ministry with everybody. in the church. It's such a joy to get to know one another in different facets
Mhm.
of ministry.
Well, David, we thank you. We're thankful for all that you are doing here and have done at Grace Methodist, and just look forward to continuing to work in ministry and serving the Lord. And we're thankful to each one of you for
Yes.
tuning in and just letting us just share just a quick, brief summary of our lives in hopes that we can deepen our relationships and friendships and for those of you who watch us online, for you to just kind of know more about the people that you see every Sunday or however often you watch our services. And so we're thankful for you. We're thankful that you tuned in for this edition of Grace Extended. David, thank you
Thank
again.
you.
And we hope to see you real soon on another edition of Grace Extended. God bless you.